The man hasn't eaten or drunk. For a full 60 years, he has been doing the same thing. That is, continuously grinding dungeons, collecting stones. And today, he finally reached the last god-level dungeon in this world, and obtained the legendary Stone of Reversal. The reason he is so obsessed with going back to the past is entirely to see his tragically deceased first love again, and to prevent the earth from becoming a hunting ground for the demon lord. Accompanied by a dazzling golden light, when he came to his senses, he realized he had really gone back to the past, and in the next second, he eagerly dialed his first love's number. At the moment the call connected, the man cried to the point of collapse. 60 years ago, the Void Gate opened. The Demon Lord invaded Earth with 7 demon generals. When the Demon Lord descended, he unleashed all his firepower and closed the Void Gate with his bare hands, directly sending the invading Demon Lord back home. To destroy their invasion consciousness, he even used a 1,000-year kill on the last demon general. Also, to make future actions more convenient, he could easily change his appearance. The man is nicknamed the Killing Star. At this time, inside a guild tavern, Killing Star walked directly to the counter. With a snap, he threw out 4 crystal cores. Lord Killing Star. As usual, looking at the outfit, Killing Star's clothes were all stained with blood. One of his eyes seemed to be blind. As usual, he then found an empty seat to sit down. His appearance immediately caused a commotion. Lord Killing Star has come out of the god-level dungeon. Of course, that purple magic crystal is worth over 100 million more coins each. What do you mean by, as usual? You just joined the guild. It's normal not to know. Lord Killing Star will donate all the magic crystals to upgrade the guild's equipment and train newcomers. Thanks to Lord Killing Star, we have today's guild. Lord Killing Star is like a god to us hunters. But the next second, Killing Star slapped the young lady's perky bottom. Not as good as your grandma's figure. The young lady didn't let him off easy either. She pushed him down forcefully. Old man who? Are you looking for death? The young lady was furious. Never seen such an old pervert. Taking advantage and then acting innocent. You see, her temper is quite different now. This scene caught everyone off guard. The drink in their mouths sprayed out. Hey, uncle, are you sure he is your god? The man coughed awkwardly a few times. Yes. After saying that, the atmosphere suddenly fell silent. In the end, it was the young people who broke the silence. By the way, do you remember the mysterious person who drove the Demon Lord and the 7 demon generals back to their world? That mysterious person? The woman seemed to discover a new continent. Oh, you usually draw comics? What are you drawing? Haha, a comic about the mysterious person. Compared to Lord Killing Star, I'm more interested in that mysterious person. It's a pity that I can't find any information about him anywhere. Everyone says he sacrificed his life to defeat the Demon Lord. The rumored mysterious person is very young and handsome. He is the first hunter on Earth. There are even rumors that anyone who likes, recommends, and sends little flowers after watching the video will receive his legacy. Just thinking about it is exciting. That was a person who single-handedly defeated the Demon Lord and the 7 demon generals. The Demon Lord was sealed by him. After his death, the portals to other worlds began to open regularly. Then humanity gained various supernatural abilities. Feeling dissatisfied, the 18-year-olds can't watch the seducers, the ranged output archers, the violent aesthetic female warriors, and cognitive enhancement comparable to a computer. Shashing down the drink in his cup in one go, and then tossed down 3 gold coins. I'm leaving now. The girl was very surprised to hear this. Lord Shashing, you just arrived. Shashing rubbed the girl's little head. I came specifically to see you. I'm sorry, Zhao Zhu. The girl pouted and apologized upon hearing this. It's too late now. If you touch my butt again, I'll chop off your hand. I won't do it again. Zhao Zhu hopes we will meet again. Lord Shaxing. What do you mean by that? Shaxing did not answer, but turned and left. The killing intent means endless slaughter, just like illuminating the darkness in the night sky, dispelling evil, but its brilliance is made of blood and life. It is fear. It is death and destruction. It is the ultimate killing intent of all enemies. He lit another cigarette, took a deep puff, and looked at the blood moon in the sky. It has finally come to the end. He is looking forward to it, and also saying a final goodbye to this time and space. He thought of 60 years ago, when the demon lord tore open the space with the 7 demon generals, and descended to the human world, indiscriminately destroying humans and buildings. The whole world was a hell. People could only flee for their lives, but the demon generals were incredibly powerful. There were cries for help everywhere, and Shaxing's first love, unfortunately got pierced in the stomach by a steel bar. At that moment, he held his first love in such despair. Ying Ying gently stroked his chest with her hand. Hu Yang, run faster. As soon as the words fell, Ying Ying's hand fell down. Hu Yang's tears flowed like a river with the dam broken. He was unwilling. He couldn't lose Ying Ying. But sometimes human strength is limited. Some things ultimately cannot be changed. With a tearing sound, 5 cracks appeared in the void. Shaxing didn't want to wait any longer. It had been a full 60 years. Then a portal appeared in front of him. At this moment, his gaze was incredibly firm. The last god-level dungeon. The time reversal is inside here. As soon as he entered, it was like a red lotus hell inside. Flames were burning everywhere. Then the boss let out an angry roar. He sensed someone invading his territory. I didn't expect a human could get this far. Before he finished speaking, he was taken out in an instant. His upper body was completely blown apart, possibly. Then the huge body fell to the ground. Shaxing remained unfazed by this. He no longer knew how strong he was now. Sorry, I'm in a hurry. I won't let you finish your sentence. I admit I was tricked this time. Then he began to strip the boss's corpse. A stone resembling an infinity symbol appeared. This should be the time reversal stone. Since Ying Ying died, Hu Yang completely went berserk. He didn't know how many years he had spent in slaughter. All the monsters were killed by him. The revenge was complete. But all his comrades who fought alongside him were also dead. He suddenly felt that everything was meaningless. The belief that supported him was gone. Everything he had was taken away. Family and friends were all dead. What meaning is there in him living on? His heart was already dead. At that moment, a voice echoed in his mind. There is still time to search for the time reversal stone inside the body of a certain god-level dungeon's master. Let it take you back to the past. Hu Yang was shocked. Who is speaking? But no one responded to him. So for the next 50 years, he was in pursuit of battle. He fought through all the dungeons, but still did not find the time reversal stone. And because of the fear of loss, he was a lone wolf during these 50 years. Now that he finally has the time reversal stone, he couldn't wait to use it. If that voice didn't deceive him back then, he hopes to be taken back 60 years. As the time reversal stone emitted dazzling light, Hu Yang felt the world was reversing. Then he suddenly sat up from the bed, looking at the familiar, yet strange furnishings in the room. I'm really back. Then he looked at the phone on the nightstand and pressed it repeatedly. The phone emitted a beeping sound. At this moment, he was extremely nervous and anxious. His pants were almost worn out from gripping them. Can you imagine this is something an 80-year-old man is doing? Answer the phone. Quick, dial the number. He quickly connected to Hu Yang. This shocked him. Hu Yang, what's going on now? It's only a little past 5 o'clock. Can't sleep. Are you having insomnia? Then, his tears began to fall one by one. He's alive. He's still alive. Hu Yang, speak up. What's going on? Hu Yang trembled. Ying, 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 ying. At this moment, Zhao Ying, lying on the bed, looked completely confused. Why do you keep calling their name? Are you sick? Why does your voice sound strange? If you're sick, you need to take medicine. By the way, you're not trying to get me to take a picture of your homework because you didn't finish it, are you? You want me to take a picture so you can copy the homework, right? At this moment, something magical happened. I saw Hu Yang spread his 5 fingers. A green vortex appeared. Immediately, his body began to change. His beard and wrinkles slowly disappeared. I haven't fully woken up, so my throat is a bit hoarse. Ying Ying, what's going on? Hurry up and tell me, I miss you so much. At this moment, Hu Yang had completely transformed into an 18-year-old handsome young man. Not a single day has passed in 60 years that I haven't thought of you. Forget about you all. You are so strange. We clearly just met this morning. If you don't have anything else to do, I'm going to sleep. I'm so tired. Wait for me. I'm coming to find you. Saying this, he pushed the door and walked out. At this time, my roommate is already asleep. I might wake him up. I won't wake anyone up. Wait for me. Then Hu Yang started to run wildly. At this moment, he completely let himself go. I remember this road. As long as I keep running, it leads to your home. I remember the number of streetlights, the color of the houses, the smell of the wind. Ying Ying, I'm back. Hu Yang quickly arrived downstairs at Zhao Ying's house. Ying Ying, I'm downstairs. Then Zhao Ying opened the window and saw him. You're crazy, come down quickly. Let's go see the stars together. Upon hearing this, Zhao Ying blushed slightly. Then she hurriedly ran downstairs in her pajamas. Hu Yang, what are you doing? Hu Yang didn't care about that. He pulled her into his arms, calling out affectionately, Ying Ying. Then he held her tightly. You're holding me too tight. I can't breathe. Don't move. Let me hold you again. Just for a moment, okay? The two of them embraced tightly like this. Hu Yang looked at her. Suddenly, he said, Huh? What's wrong? Then he stared at Zhao Ying. Is it like this? It doesn't seem to be like this, right? At this moment, Hu Yang's old lecherous side was acting up, scaring Zhao Ying, who hurriedly covered with both hands. Hu Yang, where are your eyes wandering? But the next second, Hu Yang directly grabbed Zhao Ying's little hand. Zhao Ying didn't know what he was going to do. Her little face turned even redder. Hu Yang squatted down. It really looks like a ridge from one side and a peak from the other. Ying Ying, you don't need to enhance your chest. Upon hearing this, Zhao Ying became even more pronounced. Enhancing her chest continued. Zhao Ying then pushed Hu Yang away with one hand. You big pervert. Hu Yang, I see, you want to die, right? Saying this, she punched him on the head. Hu Yang felt like he must be dreaming. In his impression, Zhao Ying had a very good temper. Gentle and cute. How could this rascal be like him? Zhao Ying reminded him that he wasn't dreaming. Your brain is broken. Then Ying Ying held Hu Yang's hand. Are you saying we should go stargazing? Let's go. The two of them sat on the lawn. I sneaked out, just to accompany you for a while. We promised to stargaze, but Hu Yang, this old rascal, just kept staring at her, as if afraid he would never see her again. This made Ying Ying's face turn red again. Sure enough, the next second, Hu Yang leaned his head on Ying Ying's shoulder. Ying Ying, I miss you so much. We just saw each other during the day. Hu Yang responded with an 3 days later, I will definitely protect everyone well. 48 hours later, the demon lord will descend. He just hopes his current strength won't drop too much. Then he closed his eyes. He didn't even know how he did it. He drew a golden lightning bolt from the void and struck it on himself. He was perfectly fine, but a large pit appeared on the ground. Wu Yang chuckled. This is just 1% of his power. The power looks flawless, not weakened in the slightest. This is a full-level return. So, then he snapped his fingers, and the damaged ground began to slowly repair itself, like it was being played in reverse, until it was completely restored to its original state. He stepped on the ground. So you're the demon lord, huh? This time, I will make you kneel and sing, conquer. The current Hu Yang has that strength, has that confidence. The scene shifted to Shizan Middle School. At this time, Hu Yang had returned to the classroom. Why didn't you go into the classroom with Zhao Ying? You didn't make her angry, did you? That's how women are. You never know what they're really thinking. That sounds quite philosophical. By the way, you look all grown up now. Did you break through the boundaries of love last night? I heard Zhao Ying's roommate say he ran out in the middle of the night. Hu Yang didn't respond. All right, you look like an old man. It probably was just holding hands. Really embarrassing for a guy. Hu Yang also realized his current demeanor was off. I should look like a teenager now. I was indeed a bit out of place just now. I should be a bit more lively. Ha ha ha. Take it step by step. I will definitely get it done. He thought this response should be fine, right? You seem a bit strange today. Let's not even mention that worn-out look. Don't say it. I actually have some other thoughts now. Hu Yang was taken aback. Was my earlier performance still not right? His childhood friend put an arm around his shoulder and quietly said, "Be honest with me, bro. Are you feeling empty, and that's why you're so down? You're really something." Wu Yang truly admired this guy's thoughts. It was quite awkward. Turns out everyone was so immature in their youth. This must be the feeling of youth. Then he pretended to be clueless and smiled. No. I just talked to him for a few minutes. Ying and I have a pure friendship. Stop talking nonsense. Class is starting. Stop messing around. When we show ourselves as young later, we must pay attention to our behavior. At this moment, my childhood friend came over with a mischievous smile. By the way, the day after tomorrow at school, they're organizing a spring outing. I heard we have to stay outside for one night. You know what I mean, right? If you miss this one, I think your hopes will be even slimmer. In the last life, Huo Xing died during the spring outing. At that time, a flower-like monster attacked them. Huo Xing was trapped under a big rock. Hu Yang, run. The next second, his body was pierced by a tentacle. Hu Yang, come on. A Xin then lifted Huo Xin high up. I can't tell them what will happen the day after tomorrow. 1. They probably won't believe it. 2. If they do believe it, it will cause panic. At that time, it will only add to the trouble. Bro, you just said you wanted to study. Did I hear that wrong? Why are you staring at me? You have the book upside down. Go on. I really need to study. I really have something the day after tomorrow. After I'm done with that, we can plan to go out and have fun ourselves. Just then, Zhao Ying also walked into the classroom. Bro, Zhao Ying is here. She didn't even look at you. But the next second, Zhao Ying came right in front of Hu Yang. Perverted, Hu Yang was also quite helpless. He was too excited last night. He couldn't control himself for a moment. He offended this lady. Then Zhao Ying handed him a delicate box. Your parents called me, saying they will be back next Tuesday. They are worried that you eat instant noodles every day. Please help me bring some food for a few more days. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to, uncle and aunt. Thinking too much is not because of you. His clumsy excuse made his pretty face blush slightly. Hu Yang smiled foolishly and said, I got it. Huo Xin clapped from the side. Zhao Ying, if you marry Hu Yang in the future, you will definitely be a virtuous wife and good mother. Zhao Ying looked disgusted and said, I would marry him? He's just a pervert. Class is about to start. You two should take care of yourselves. It seems you really made him unhappy. This is a case of hating the house and the crow. Let me take care of myself. Don't just stare at your lunchbox. By the time you get married, you'll be sick of it. If you're jealous, just say it. Brother, in this lifetime, I will definitely help you find a satisfying sister-in-law. Go away, this dog food has splattered all over me. Just then, the class bell rang. The teacher giving the lecture is balding. This knowledge point hasn't been tested in 3 years. It will definitely be on the test this year. After class, Hu Yang looked out the window, feeling that everything still seemed very unreal. Did I really spend 60 years alone? Just then, a loud noise came from afar. This startled Hu Yang. He saw several loud noises happening simultaneously in the city. What is that sound? Did you all hear that? It must be an explosion. Quick, look, it seems to be over in the East City. What? Isn't it still not time yet? Then Hu Yang's expression became serious. I must ensure that everything is foolproof. I must be overthinking it. Hu Oxing also broke out in a cold sweat upon seeing this. But Hu Yang still felt uneasy. He wanted to go see for himself. Then he ran out of the classroom. As he opened the classroom door, he flew out like an arrow. The appearance reversal activated. This way, no one would recognize him. It would also be convenient for him to act. Hu Yang was darting across the rooftop at high speed. He quickly arrived at the scene. He saw a portal appear in the ruins, and 2 monsters had already emerged. One was a snake with legs. The other was a dog with legs. Hu Yang didn't understand why it was early. How could this be? These guys are causing massive destruction as soon as they come out. This made him furrow his brows. These guys are demons. They regard human lives as worthless, toys for their entertainment. The streets were filled with screams and cries for help. Hu Yang clenched his fists. He didn't expect the arrival to be early. But he was no longer the rookie from 60 years ago, the one who couldn't protect anything. He was a killing star, born to eliminate the evil. And these monsters are the evil. Meanwhile, a huge shadow in the portal became more distinct. In the next second, a hoof stepped out. Unexpectedly, someone actually knew the true name. The newcomer was riding a strange creature. It had white hair and fur legs, with a bronze-colored skin. He is the Demon Lord. Who are you? Hu Yang roared. I am your grandfather. The Demon Lord found Hu Yang boring. He didn't want to say much to him. He directly unleashed a single-handed version of the Supreme's 3 points return to origin. A purple beam shot towards Hu Yang. It seemed he wanted to kill him in one blow. With a bang, the air was shattered. But then, he was startled. Hu Yang not only was unharmed, but also flashed right in front of him. Then he executed a move called Twin Fists of Heaven. Go back to where you came from. The Demon Lord was directly sent flying. The Demon Lord didn't expect that. He had just stepped onto Earth, and hadn't even had time to show off. He was sent back into the portal, and he was injured as well. Hu Yang didn't care about these, but unleashed all his strength. You bastard! Stay in the darkness forever. 60 years of loneliness. Hu Yang hated this monster to death. Under Hu Yang's full effort, the portal was gradually shrinking. Then he shouted at full power, 100%. The Demon Lord made no move. Just watched Hu Yang show off by himself. At this moment, he was dumbfounded. This can't be real. Closing the void gate with bare hands. It must be closed immediately. The Demon Lord quietly watched the void gate shrink. Then he chuckled. In the end, nothing unexpected happened. The void gate was completely closed by Hu Yang. He did it. He really did it. At this moment, the monsters below still hadn't realized the danger was coming, and were still causing destruction, slaughtering humans. But they wouldn't be arrogant for much longer. Hu Yang had already arrived above them. Heavenly twin fists struck out. Half of the monster's body was shattered. This was simply violent aesthetics. Hu Yang stepped on the monster's corpse. This scene was just captured by a photography enthusiast. This old man is simply stunning. At this moment, Hu Yang was sitting on the sofa, talking on the phone with his parents. "Son, your mom and I will be home tomorrow. Be careful. Close the doors and windows at night." The big stone in Hu Yang's heart had been set down. Although the demon lord's arrival was ahead of schedule, it was resolved without any danger. Mom and Dad, Zhao Ying. Everyone around is still alive. I can finally enjoy being truly 18 years old. After yesterday's incident, the school gave a 3-day break, just in time to use these days to sort out my thoughts. Hu Yang looked at the galaxy cube in his hand. Time reversal did not erase his power, nor did it take away what he possessed. Only returned to a younger state. The power would disappear. It seems that way. Am I not the only person in this world who possesses supernatural abilities? Then he started drooling all over the place. Doesn't that mean I can do a lot of things? A sexy beauty suddenly appeared in his mind. He looked at the panel projected by the cube. I didn't expect a god-level dungeon to yield so many rewards. If the mole coins are useful now, he's simply inhuman. Although these things aren't very useful to him now, keeping them as memories is still quite nice. Just then, his door was knocked on. He opened the door and saw it was actually Huo Xing. "Quick, turn on the computer. What's going on? Something big has happened. You haven't been online. The internet is going crazy. Let me tell you. It's really incredible. Isn't that old man super handsome? A scene that only happens in dreams for guys. I didn't expect it to come true in reality." "What?" Then Hu Yang's eyes widened. What exactly did he see? Goodness! His video of beating the demon lord was actually posted online. The title was "Mysterious Old Man Battles Aliens." Likes, comments, and shares all exceeded 10,000. Hu Yang pressed his hand to his forehead. I didn't expect it to be captured during the alien invasion of Earth. The old men single-handedly drove the aliens back. Now, the whole internet is looking for him. If I hadn't witnessed the battlefield, I would have thought it was a movie. Hu Yang, there really are superpowers in our world. Haha, aliens. I didn't see that day. I thought it was a gas tank explosion. Huo Xing almost shook him into a concussion upon hearing this. Do you know what this means? It means there must be other superpowered individuals out there. You and I might both have superpowers. Speaking of which, you usually have a keen interest in superpowers and supernatural phenomena. Why are you so calm today? I'm not. I'm just shocked and haven't reacted yet. By the way, if you had superpowers, what kind would you want? I never thought such a thing could happen. Why not? You saw it with your own eyes. That old man is a living example. I think those aliens will definitely come back. Xingzi, your expression is too lewd. Wipe your drool. At this moment, his mind was filled with images of beautiful women. I've made up my mind. I want to have the ability to stop time. Haha, I knew it. If my buddy had that ability, he would definitely help you and Zhao Ying fulfill your dreams. I would go to great lengths for my brother. I would risk my life for it. That won't be necessary. I prefer to take things step by step. Let it happen naturally. Next Friday is the spring outing. Watch my buddy perform. Spring outing? Bad memories flooded Hu Yang's mind. But he quickly shook his head. No. That kind of thing won't happen again. It's already over. Don't think about me. I still don't want to be beaten to death by Zhao Ying. Hahaha. The day of the spring outing will be here soon. The teacher said everyone can go arrange accommodations first. The rest of today can be free time. Gather in the hall at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Group activity. Is that clear? The students said they understood. Zhao Ying isn't really talking to you today. It seems she was really angry before. You little rascal, you didn't already get lucky, did you? Otherwise, she wouldn't be mad for so long. Young people shouldn't just fill their heads with yellow paint. Leave some space in your mind for yourself. Huo King lay on the bed and laughed heartily. That can't be hidden anymore. You hide what's under your mattress at home. I know exactly what it is. It's just the two of us. There's no need to be secretive. You are quite knowledgeable. In front of you, and only be considered a younger brother. Hu Yang was stunned to hear this. What did you hide? He really couldn't remember clearly. I wasn't a proper person when I was young. Killing Star-Lord. What do you think? If you ask me, it's better to enjoy life while young. Once we start working, children of our class are basically corporate slaves. By then, coming home from work every day will be exhausting. Immediately evolving into 6 clean ones. Not wanting to do anything. Why think so much? Being able to live well and grow up is already lucky. Then he went to get water to boil. After all, it's normal for an elderly person to drink tea. By the way, let's invite Zhao Ying to go hiking. Hiking is good for lung function. Hu Yang, what's wrong with you? You've been acting like an old man lately. No kidding. Your demeanor is quite like that internet-famous grandpa with superpowers. Hu Yang was surprised to hear this. How come I never noticed this kid before? His observation skills are so good. It's one thing to speak in an old-fashioned way, but his behavior is also very grandpa-like. That night, you and Zhao Ying definitely had something going on. Was it not going well? Haha, I got it. Your little brother couldn't get to work. That makes sense. If that's the case, it would indeed make one feel aged overnight. Isn't this just me practicing in advance to be good at archery? I've focused on health preservation since childhood. By then, whether it's 007 or 996, I'll be full of energy. What, little brother? It has nothing to do with it. He's been quite spirited. Then Huo Xing started rummaging around and found it. Then you should add 2 slices of American ginseng to replenish. Goji berries aren't strong enough. You kid, Hu Yang is completely speechless. Just then, the door was knocked. Hu Yang and Huo Xing. Are you two ready? Oh look, Zhao Ying came to the door herself. You two accompany me to climb the mountain. Don't just stay cooped up in the room all day. You two as a couple really think alike. 2 couples. Huo Xing, do you want to die? Is it just a matter of time? Shut up. Hu Yang said he can set off at any time. What's wrong with me? What kind of look is that? Why are you looking at me like that? At this moment, Hu Yang's face turned slightly red. His gaze was firm. Then this guy suddenly squatted down. I want to verify something. Who told Zhao Ying to wear a short skirt today? Huo Xin directly gave him a thumbs up. You actually guessed wrong. Today's girls are really far behind compared to my time. Zhao Ying looked confused upon hearing this. What is this guy talking about? Realizing it, he directly gave Hu Yang a big love tap. Hu Yang, you big pervert. Go die. Hu Yang just realized it was bad. Seeing such a short skirt, Zhao Ying instinctively snorted coldly. Hu Yang, pretending to be serious is pointless. Let's start over with the bros. At this moment, Zhao Ying was already walking ahead, puffed up with anger. Hu Yang had to admit, fine. When I was young, I was indeed a treasure for everyone. Indeed, what is it? The 3 of them slowly climbed the mountain along the ladder. Hu Yang and the other 2 always followed behind Zhao Ying. Do girls of this age get angry for so long? It's been a while, isn't it usually like this? I'm getting old. I can't understand what these little kids are thinking. The blue and white stripes are overly conservative. The beautiful girls who fought alongside me back in the day. Thinking about it, Hu Yang showed a lewd expression. Hey, what are you thinking? So lewd. Quick, think of a way to cheer Ying Ying up. The atmosphere is so low pressure all the way. I don't even dare to speak loudly. Wei Yang sighed. Ying Ying, wait for me. Zhao Ying turned to glance at him. She snorted coldly. Let me explain. Don't follow me. I really won't listen. What she didn't notice was, there was a small stone in front of him. With a thud, Zhao Ying fell to the ground. Be careful, in the next second, Hu Yang instantly appeared in front of Zhao Ying and caught her in a princess carry. Huo Xing was stunned. Wow. Superman, are you okay? At this moment, the atmosphere was a bit sweet. A bit ambiguous. You jumped over from so far away. It seems so. Thanks. Wow. Dude, you should participate in the Olympics for long jump. It would be a loss for the country. So awesome. How did you do it? Hu Yang could only play dumb. I don't know either. Maybe it just erupted suddenly. Human potential is limitless. Just then, Zhao Ying waved at them. Hey, what are you guys looking at? Ying, what is that? There was light, and within the light, strands of lightning were emitted. Hu Yang was shocked. How is that possible? Why is there a dungeon portal here? I clearly drove the demon race back to their city. He suddenly thought of the rumors he heard in the tavern. That mysterious person is very young. The first hunter on Earth. After he defeated the Demon Lord. The Demon Lord was sealed in his world. Not long after, the portals to other realms began to open on a schedule, and humans gained various supernatural abilities. Could it be that I am the person from the rumors? So the matter has not ended, but has just begun. No, that's impossible. That rumor clearly said it was a young person. Hu Yang, what's wrong with you? The dungeon portal is right in front of us. This indicates that history is repeating itself. Even if I say nothing now, this social structure will soon change. But this matter cannot be spoken of by me now. Huo Xin also began to think. Could this thing be an entrance to an alien world? You all go back and find the teacher. I'll stay here to guard this thing. I have to go in and take a look myself. You should be fine on your own. If anything unusual happens, I'll run faster than anyone. Hurry up, we are still kids. The situation is not something we can handle. We need to distract them first. Ying, let's go. Leaving this kid to guard is definitely no problem. Just be careful. Don't worry, what could happen? Maybe we'll discover a great treasure. As soon as the people left, Hu Yang looked at the portal. Then he let out a loud shout, and his whole body began to unleash energy. Then a beam of golden light shot up into the sky, and the space was shattered. Hu Yang transformed back into the old man state. He was the first to light a cigarette. In an instant, I felt fully revived. Then I rushed into the portal. Time flew by, and it was 5 years later, all around the world. Dungeons began to appear one after another. These dungeons appear at fixed intervals. Will reset and refresh. The energy mined in the dungeon gradually replaced the original energy. The social structure has also undergone tremendous changes. Today is the day of the entrance exam. A long line has already formed outside the registration office. Zhao Ying is quite excited at this moment. I must get into Ling Ling Academy. If that's the case, I will be able to see Lord S. At the opening ceremony. Hu Yang didn't expect that Zhao Ying had actually become his little fan. What should I do? I already feel that I am so close to the hero who saved the world back then. Hu Yang complained in his heart. It really is close at hand. He founded the first school and union for superpowers, and trained countless awakeners and hunters over the past 5 years. Should I repeat Lord S's achievements again? This bold hug made Hu Yang feel like he was losing his sense of boundaries. I don't need to. My ears are already getting calloused. Brother is the real Lord S. But it's the kind of thing that can't be said. In the early days, he had to deal with the media to promote the establishment of the school and union. There are pros and cons. The biggest downside is becoming an idol. If you had 1% of Lord S's ability, I wouldn't have to worry about you. Recently, Lord S has rarely appeared in public. He must be very busy. I really don't want to take the entrance exam for Ling Ling Academy. Just let me go to an ordinary university. My awakened superpower can't even be measured. There's a 100% chance I won't pass the entrance exam. Why waste time on this exam? That's because your ability is special. I think as long as you explain well to the examiner, you will definitely be noticed. Copying abilities are really explosive, okay? I have social anxiety, but the next second he was dragged like a dead dog. I'll help you explain. Come on, go in with me. Uncles and aunts all hope you can get into Ling Ling Academy. This is a big deal that brings honor to the family. You can't let them down. Hu Yang cursed upon hearing this. He was completely under this girl's thumb. Hu Yang thought maybe he should just lay it all out. There are many documents to handle at the academy. Every day is exhausting. I can only catch up on sleep in class. At this moment, Xiao Ying started to paint a picture for him. As long as you pass the assessment, This part is omitted for 10,000 words. But looking at Zhao Ying's expression, Hu Yang estimated he was about to grow up. The content is definitely explosive. Otherwise, Hu Yang wouldn't have this expression. So, how's the exam? They say it's hard for heroes to get past beautiful women. Hu Yang is no exception. Suddenly, he was as energized as if he had been injected with adrenaline. You must take the exam. Those who don't are losers. The reason Zhao Ying came to take the exam is because he awakened the right walker. And in these 5 years, the world has undergone tremendous changes. He has also changed significantly, dressing more and more attractively. This has made things tough for Hu Yang's little brother. Hu Yang feels very hot. Turn on the air conditioning. Ever since awakening his ability, Zhao Ying's dressing style seems to have awakened as well. Starting to adopt a sexy style, Hu Yang feels very tormented at this moment. Ying Ying, I am a man. Zhao Ying not only doesn't know how to hold back, but instead, she pushed him against the wall. I know you are a man. Did you find the air conditioning remote? Hu Yang just wants to shout for help. You ask me why I live with him. The story is quite long. Because his parents are going to travel the world. So they left him behind and asked Zhao Ying to take care of him. Then they stepped on the gas and left in a hurry. 2 people registered. Please fill in your information on the display. Your details. The 2 quickly filled out the information. The entrance exam is in 2 months. You will receive an email once the registration is successful. Okay, thank you, teacher. This is a special registration offer. Darling's figurine. Wishing you success in your exams. Hu Yang was dumbfounded upon seeing this. Whose idea is this? Salary can be deducted in the next second. Zhao Ying started kissing the figurine. My hero. I'm coming. Hu Yang looked dumbfounded again. Even though it's his own figurine. Why does it feel like being tricked? You can't deny it. The union's joint building is quite impressive. Then a pair of long legs in black stockings appeared. Darling, this is a copy assessment sent by the European Union. Please complete it within 3 days. Area A recently opened and a level copy. The portal is currently. The government and the union have not yet sent any raiders. They are waiting for your opinion. Hu Yang coughed twice. Fu Ning, I feel like I'm suffering from kidney deficiency. Then he pretended to tremble all over. Fu Ning Union's administrative officer. Hu Yang's senior secretary. Awakened ability. Cognitive enhancement. If you have kidney deficiency, drink kidney tonic. A must-have for men. Hu Yang started sleeping after the first page. This made Fu Ning, who was beside him, pull out a small whip. Hu Yang had no choice in this matter. Everyone knows that accompanying your partner shopping is a physical task. Moreover, he claims to be an old man. Fu Ning took the opportunity to raise the price. If you are willing to double my salary, I can help you handle these documents. What do you think, darling? Hu Yang was stunned. Miss, if I remember correctly, your current monthly salary is already 100,000 moer coins. You almost get a raise every month. Is your awakened ability meant to make money? So, are you raising it or not? If it doesn't go up, I estimate you'll need 17 days, 35 hours and 53 minutes to finish Hu Yang is completely under his control, crying out for a raise. Fu Ning had a triumphant look. He smiled. Then he directly activated his cognitive enhancement ability. This is simply a supercomputer. 1 minute later, Fu Ning had processed all the documents. The cognitive enhancement ability is indeed useful. Boss, remember to raise my salary. Please help me write it into a report, and then push forward the work to be done. It seems I need to find an opportunity to copy this girl's ability. Every day, just scamming money from this old man. Alright, sir. It's my duty. There's also something very important. At the end of next month, on the 31st, you will participate in the entrance exam conference of Academy 00. I will prepare your speech 3 days in advance and send it to you. Make sure you don't be late. Last year's entrance exam, you were half an hour late. I had to explain to the media for a long time. The higher you are in position, the more you need to restrain your words and actions. You are an idol of the new world. Please maintain the image in everyone's hearts. I understand. Don't be so nagging at such a young age. I have some personal matters to handle. Alright, you go ahead. After Fu Ning went out, he closed the door. Hu Yang immediately connected to Zhao Ying's projection call. Why did it take so long to answer the phone? Goodness, Zhao Ying is actually playing housewife in the kitchen. Shh, I'm playing immersive escape room with friends. I can't talk on the phone here. Alright then. By the way, the outfit you're wearing is way too big. Next time, find a costume that fits you. Or practice to make it double. Hurry back after the door closes. We're having hot pot tonight. I'm already preparing the ingredients. Okay, I'll hang up for now. Hu Yang is thinking. I still need to find a chance to lay it all out. I almost slipped up. The image he imagines is Ying Ying. Actually, I am Hu Yang. This left Ying Ying completely confused. Thinking about it, it makes sense. The age difference seems a bit too big. Being controlled by a young girl seems quite embarrassing. But in this way, it's still good that at least Ying Ying survived. And she grew up well. Well, if I'm tired, it's not without its fun. In the blink of an eye, it's the day of the entrance exam. And Academy 00 is the first school for awakeners, established after the arrival of the new era. And this year's entrants are clearly more than last year's. Zhao Ying is also dressed youthful and vibrant today. Hu Yang is following behind with a bag. After all, the academy has been established for years. Its popularity is increasing. Be careful not to bump into anyone. But the next second, he bumped into a man in a red shirt with glasses. Sorry about that. I didn't notice there was someone next to me. The boy looked a bit dazed from the bump. He was holding his chest with both hands. But seeing that the other person was a stunning beauty, he could only stammer that it was fine. Then he quickly turned and ran away. Zhao Ying stared at Hu Yang in surprise. Look, that's what you call social anxiety. Hu Yang instantly turned into a hype dog. He started walking while giving Zhao Ying a shoulder massage. Okay, I'm not socially anxious. I'm socially confident. You hurry inside. Save me a seat first. I need to use the restroom. Zhao Ying didn't suspect anything. At this time, the auditorium for the opening ceremony was already filled with many people. Zhao Ying looked at her watch, feeling a bit anxious. It's about to start. Why hasn't this guy come yet? Did he fall into a pit? Seeing that the time was almost up, Fu Ning went on stage to test the microphone. Hello, candidates. Our entrance exam briefing will start in 1 minute. Please remain quiet and take your seats as soon as possible. Upon hearing this, Zhao Ying's heart sank. Oh no, if I sit down after it starts, it will definitely leave a bad impression. What is this guy doing? Mr. C finally isn't late this time. Well done. But why are you sweating so much? Hu Yang thought to himself. How can I not be sweating? When he just entered, The two attendants felt a gust of wind pass by. Haha, is there? You wore too many clothes, right? Of course, I'm sweating all over. Changing clothes in the bathroom at the last minute and hiding them. Then I sprinted over here. I'm an old man. People dress like this to look cooler. Just hold on for a few minutes. As soon as Hu Yang appeared on stage, the audience immediately got excited and started clapping. The Great S has arrived. Hu Yang picked up the microphone and greeted everyone. Zhao Ying jumped up from the audience. The Great S, you are my hero. Seeing this, Hu Yang broke out in a cold sweat. My idol. I wish you good luck, Hu Yang. By the way, if you have a chance, help me sign 100 posters. Hu Yang was shocked. Oh no. After seeing Ying Ying, I seem to have forgotten my lines. What was written in the speech? Fu Ning's heart skipped a beat beside the stage. Why isn't he speaking? This old guy can't have forgotten his lines, right? Hu Yang took a deep breath. He shouted with great momentum, everyone, good luck on the exam. As soon as he finished speaking, the audience fell silent. Fu Ning covered his forehead. I knew it. But the next second, thunderous applause erupted. The Great S. The Great S truly lives up to the title. So cool. Fu Ning was stunned to see this. This works too. He really witnessed what it means for one person to achieve success. Even the chickens and dogs rise to heaven. Even if Hu Yang farted now, the audience would say, it smells good. Then they arrived at the exam hall. Zhao Ying grabbed Hu Yang's ear. Where did you go just now? I saw the briefing had already started. I didn't dare to enter. I was just waiting nearby. Don't be angry. Everyone has their needs. Aren't we neighboring exam numbers? You might be assigned to the same venue. No slacking off. Show your momentum like you can jump 5 meters. Just then, the announcement rang out 121,122. Please go to the testing platform. Zhao Ying turned to Hu Yang. It's our turn. Let's go. The two of them walked towards the testing platform. The examiner looked at the screen. Please have the candidate stand on the testing platform. Let your arms hang naturally. Look straight ahead. As soon as Zhao Ying stood up, the instrument emitted a dazzling light. Classmate Zhao Ying awakened to a mid-level 3-star ability. Zhao Ying jumped up in surprise. I actually have a mid-level 3-star ability. I wish you success in passing the exam next. Thank you, teacher. But in contrast, Hu Yang, the instrument showed no response. The testing teacher was somewhat surprised. Classmate Hu Yang, did you not awaken any abilities? If you haven't awakened, it's not recommended to participate in the entrance exam. The entrance exam carries certain risks. Upon hearing this, Hu Yang suddenly saw hope. It would be best if I could be eliminated. That way, I wouldn't have to keep changing. But Zhao Ying pulled him back. He has a copying ability, without his own original ability. That might be the reason. I see. Copying ability is a very special ability. I didn't expect there would be an awakener with a copying ability this time. But the previous candidate also had an awakening. Low level, 3-star. Strange. I wish you success in the upcoming exam. Hu Yang felt like he wanted to die. But he still had to smile and say thank you. Just then, a boy in red appeared. He is that useless brother of Li Kexin. He really is a 1-star. A 1-star can still enter the academy. You can only go to the lowest class, right? Sister is a genius. Brother is useless. It seems that being born is also a skill. Hu Yang is hearing about this class for the first time. He doesn't remember setting up such a system. It seems I need to have Fu Ning understand it clearly. Zhao Ying saw him too. It's you. Hello, classmate. It's you. The boy was also a bit surprised. I didn't expect you to be number 123. We might be in the same examination room. I'm afraid I won't pass the exam. If I get eliminated, I will embarrass my sister. Don't be so downcast. So what if you're a 1-star? 1 star is the lowest level of awakeners. There is no future. I've never heard of a 1 star surpassing a 3 star. I think I should just give up early. Hu Yang patted him on the shoulder. The academy doesn't only recruit awakeners. If you have other specialties, you can go through special admission. In any case, don't be discouraged. Yeah, this guy doesn't even have 1 star. Look at him now, acting like nothing's wrong. The boy in how could a 0 star not have awakened? Isn't the ability considered an awakening? It's a copying ability. Isn't this Li Kexin's brother? Do you still need to take the exam? Just have your sister pull some strings for you. The 2 people next to him laughed. The young lady of the Li family doesn't have time to take care of her useless brother. Isn't that right? Having such a useless brother is really embarrassing. It's better to draw a clear line early. Yang Wei, I didn't provoke you. What are you saying, kid? Speak louder. I can't hear you. What are you doing? Let go of me. Zhao Ying really couldn't stand it anymore. She pushed Yang Wei away. Hey, let her go. The 2 little brothers rushed over in a hurry. Be careful, Wei Ji. Do you know who I am, you filthy woman? You dare to push me? With 1 word from me, you'll never set foot in Lingling Academy again. Zhao Ying won't indulge him. Hu Yang was so angry he laughed. Who are you, and which family are you from? Your last name is Wei Yang, right? I seem to have a bit of an impression. You have an impression? You little brat. Who the hell are you? Want to play the hero and help those in need? I advise you to behave yourself. Living with your tail between your legs. I am just an ordinary student taking the exam today. Yang Wei smiled upon hearing this. I see. Everyone has come to this examination room. It seems we are in the same exam. You wait for me. We'll meet in the exam room. The boy in red, upon hearing this, couldn't help but feel worried. He will definitely take revenge on us. You didn't need to help me just now. Actually, he can only annoy me a bit. He won't do anything to me. Zhao Ying is someone who fears nothing. Then we'll meet in the exam room. Who is afraid of whom? What gives him the right to disgust you? There are all kinds of jerks everywhere. There's no need to be afraid of him. I'm sorry, I dragged you all down. Yang Wei is the young master of the Yang family. Their family has power and influence. He is also a permanent member of the school committee. Even if we pass the exam, we will still be thorns in his side. Don't worry, there will be a way when we get to the mountain. Hu Yang didn't say anything. Instead, he reminded the 2 of them to leave. It's time to prepare for the exam. But what others didn't notice was, his expression darkened. It seems the Yang family is in for some trouble. The exam location is a maze at the foot of the mountain. The exam teacher began to introduce the precautions. The exam duration is half an hour. Those who do not exit the maze after the time is up will be considered to have failed the exam. There are various traps in the maze, which students need to solve on their own. Everyone can go prepare now. After 15 seconds, the countdown begins. Before entering the maze, Zhao Ying specifically held back Hu Yang, reminding him not to mess up. Then she encouraged the boy in red. Yeah, I'll do my best. As the timer started, Hu Yang walked in with confident steps. He was thinking, maybe I should sit down and rest for a bit. If I take a shortcut, I can get out in 5 minutes. After all, I designed this maze myself. But then he thought again that this was not appropriate. He still wanted to see how Ying would get through the traps I set up. After all, there's nothing else to do. Getting out too quickly wouldn't match my current awakening rating. He said he would do it, and he did. He rushed out in an instant. When it comes to Zhao Ying, he never takes it lightly. By the time he reached behind Zhao Ying, this girl is humming a little tune and walking leisurely. She clearly hasn't noticed that there's a tail following her. Hu Yang is somewhat speechless. This girl should at least be a bit nervous. The exam has its difficulties too. Suddenly, a monster jumped out from the wall behind him. Zhao Ying obviously sensed something. She turned her head to take a look. The monster leaped down. It landed heavily on the spot where Zhao Ying had just been. But Zhao Ying easily dodged it. The monster is a 2-star. You're too annoying. The skill is enhanced strength. Zhao Ying uttered the words, bait trap. Then she activated the skill. She provocatively waved at the monster. Hey, little trash, do you dare to come over? The monster roared in response. It had never been insulted like this since it was created. It immediately lunged at Zhao Ying. Zhao Ying took a step back. Sure enough, it's a fool. In the next second, the monster stepped on the trap Zhao Ying had prepared for it. It was instantly immobilized. The characteristic of a strength-type monster is low intelligence. They are easily provoked. Fighting a strength-type monster head-on is the most foolish choice. Wu Yang quietly watched all of this. No wonder she's my wife. With a figure like this, who wouldn't be confused? It's a mistake to underestimate her. The top student. It seems that the basic materials I wrote before, she has already memorized thoroughly. Ying Ying is also quite bored over here. She's definitely outstanding student. Just then, a loud noise came from not far away, and a surge of water flowed up. This immediately caught Zhao Ying's attention. It was in the direction of Li Keita. Then she gave up on the monster and ran towards the sound. Hu Yang saw this. It's a bit helpless. This girl just loves to meddle. With a bang, Li Keita was directly hit by a surge of water. Is Li Keita still not giving up? It was Yang Wei who made the move. Where's your helper? Why aren't they helping you? They must have heard such a loud noise by now. They are just passing strangers. It has nothing to do with me. Don't make it hard for them. It seems this guy still has some backbone. Zhang Yiren took charge of the situation. Yang Wei, upon hearing this, clearly did not believe it was just passing by. Who would be so kind to help you while passing by? Do you think I'm a fool? Li Keita stood up, trembling. Yang Wei, you clearly made the mistake first. My sister would be the one to punish you. As an executor, he is just fulfilling his duty. What's so great about being an executor? Our Yang family is one of the shareholders of the guild. His salary is all sponsored by us. But compared to me, your sister should be more hated. After all, you are a waste that brings shame to the family. Sister awakened as a high-level ability user, while the brother is just a waste, with expectations placed on him, only to be completely shattered. Clearly, the same blood flows within us, yet there is such a vast difference. Your only value in existence is to let the world know that a family that has given birth to geniuses can also produce waste. This is a heart-wrenching attack. He wants to crush Li Keita's spirit. Li Keita, upon hearing this, directly hugged his head and knelt on the ground. He has clearly shaken Li Keita. Are you withdrawing on your own? Or should I send you out? I don't want to be classmates with a waste. Just then, Zhao Ying arrived. Those who keep calling others waste don't deserve to be my classmates. You're just lucky. Your awakened ability is a bit stronger. And now, you're all proud of yourself. You again, you little brat. Haha, a strong awakened ability just shows my good genes. Inferior genes should be eliminated. Then Zhao Ying helped Li Keita up. You're really something, aren't you? Are you okay? Let's talk after you get up. You don't need to help me. Just go pass the exam first. Don't worry, I'll definitely pass the exam. I just don't want to be classmates with cockroaches. I looked at the entrance exam for this academy. It would be best to add a quality assessment. Don't let any pests in. Haiying, who was hiding nearby, immediately took out a notebook. He added this point. After all, this is a quote from the principal's wife. Yang Wei was scolded repeatedly. He immediately started to retort. Who the hell are you calling a cockroach? This part is omitted for hundreds of words. Wu Yang thought Yang Wei's mouth was too foul. He even dared to insult his little Yingying. Just then, a monster suddenly appeared next to him. Without saying a word, the monster lunged at him. Alright, I have to put on a show too. He threw a punch. The monster's waist was directly pierced by his fist. The mobility is still too poor. After this round of exams ends, I need to recalibrate these things. It's too exhausting. Wiang Wei, what did you just call Zhao Ying? It seems Wiang Wei is in big trouble. Seeing Haiying appear, Wiang Wei showed no fear at all. Oh, another helper has arrived. Do you want to team up against me? I'm so scared. Scared? Then he was startled. Haiying teleported from behind him to the front. Frowning, he looked down at him. Wiang Wei felt that this time he really kicked a metal plate. Cold sweat was pouring down his face. So fast in the monitoring room. Lu Ning asked to pull out the combat video of number 4 separately. The operator immediately executed the command. Then, the combat video of Haiying and Wiang Wei was displayed. I saw. Haiying extended his 5 fingers that could conquer the world. Wiang Wei was completely stunned. He can't be about to slap himself, right? The next second, his feeling came true. Young man, remember to avoid foul language. It's utterly uncultured. Li Keita, who was supposed to hit, was also stunned by the slap. The damage isn't significant, but the insult is extremely strong. Zhao Ying held her forehead and took on the attitude of an old man teaching a lesson. Fu Ning was also a bit surprised. Why does this guy have a hint of color? Of the old man's temperament? It's too similar. Wiang Wei completely broke down. How dare you slap me? Then you might as well go. Die. Then a water ball was thrown out. At such a young age, not learning well. Will suffer when you grow up. Then another slap sent him flying. You need to change that foul mouth habit. Once you enter society, no one will pamper you. Wiang Wei was completely stunned by the slaps. His face was swollen like a monkey's butt. He was still shouting, I won't spare you. Skill water shield activated. Then it turned into water flow and disappeared from the spot. The next second he appeared behind Haiying. With a fierce look, he shot a water dragon bullet to kill. Looking at the size of the water column, the power is still not to be underestimated. Then Haiying used water escape to appear behind him. Young man, don't be so angry. You need to be polite. Wiang Wei was shocked to hear this. The next second, a size 52 foot slapped his face. It knocked out a few of his teeth. Wiang Wei crashed directly to the ground. Li Keita was dumbfounded. The exact same ability actually defeated Wiang Wei with just one strike. Wasn't he assessed as level 0? This is too strong. It can't be real. You stole my thunder, kid. That foul-mouthed kid needs some discipline. You're being so slow to act. I really can't watch this anymore. And stop dragging your feet. The exam time is almost up. Come with me. I'm really curious. Why can't the machine detect your ability? Should we suggest something to the school? Improve the machine a bit. Just then, Li Keita pointed at the fallen Wiang Wei and asked what to do. Zhao Ying smiled playfully. He's sleeping so well over there. Don't disturb him. Let's go. Passing the assessment in the maze within a limited time is meant to test the candidate's observation skills, reaction ability, and decision-making, with combat ability being the most important. Wiang Wei lost here. It's due to the loss of one of his abilities. Even if he barely passes, he will still be defeated by the demon clan in the future. Li Keita, upon hearing this, felt that Haiying understood a lot. Hey, is this really okay? It's not like we're here on vacation. If he fails, it might actually be a good thing for him. Wait for me, you guys. Then he chased after them. At this moment, the dormitory entrance was already crowded. Li Keita still couldn't believe it. That he really passed. Everything felt like a dream. Woo, I really entered the academy. Keita, what are you doing standing at the door? Come in, yeah. Then he walked in with confident steps. Next Monday is the opening ceremony. I heard your sister will give a speech. He is one of the first graduates since the academy was established. He is among the most outstanding. Lee Kexon, right? Hying remembers it vividly. Speaking of his sister, Lee Keita showed a sunny smile again. I'm really far behind him. I really am useless. Hying glanced at him. Seriously told him that everyone has their own talents. Don't always think that you're not as good as others. Innate ability is indeed a controversial topic, but effort is even more important. I know a person. At first, he couldn't even hold a dagger properly. Later, he could instantly take down several. Void Pioneer. Lee Keita looked confused upon hearing this. Void Pioneer. What is that? Hying was startled upon hearing this. Oh, no. The dungeon where that level of monster exists hasn't appeared yet. I let it slip. I meant the game. It's a mobile game I play. The characters in it are high-level villains. Thank you, Hyang. The entrance exam helped me. Now, you're finding new ways to comfort me. We'll be classmates and roommates from now on. Helping each other out. Don't overthink it. Hyang breathed a sigh of relief. Finally managed to get through it without any danger. By the way, I estimate I'll be back for the opening ceremony next Monday. Later, I have to go to the airport. My parents are on vacation abroad. I have to go find them. I won't be accompanying you. As night fell, Hyang arrived at the helicopter pad on the roof of the guild building. The helicopter quickly landed with a thud. Hyang complained a bit. The assessment result still requires me to go in person. You should stop complaining. Who told you the assessment came out as an A+ level dungeon? But if this scene is seen by Zhao Ying, Hyang would probably have to kneel on a washboard. This old six's hands are too dishonest. 5-star and the guild's executor. Everyone has their own things to be busy with. Only you have been idle these past few days. Hyang knows him too well. You're just trying to save costs. Haha, you saw right through me. Then Hyang also boarded the helicopter. Let's set off now. Funning made a request. Let me join you in the dungeon this time. But Hyang, this old six, had all his thoughts on Funing's high ground. Funing's face suddenly turned red. Old man, have you seen enough? Hyang, however, remained calm and collected. He said, You girl, your thoughts are not pure. I was just assessing how long you could survive in there. At this moment, Hyang was squatting in a corner making a phone call. Where am I? I am that one. As he went out, he heard Zhao Ying's roar from the other side. Where did you go? You lied to Keita. I went traveling with my uncle and aunt. I just asked my uncle and aunt. There's no such thing. Where exactly are you? I just have something to do. Anyway, I'll be back in a couple of days. Just then, Funning suddenly appeared in front of him. This scared him quite a bit. In the next second, he decisively hung up the phone. This caught Zhao Ying off guard. You little brat, how dare you hang up on me? I think I just heard a woman's voice. Then he vented his anger on the pillow. You little brat, you're dead meat. At this moment, Hyang was thinking. Funning shouldn't have heard what I just said, right? What do you want from me? What are you talking about? It's time to enter the dungeon. You disappeared while I went to take a call. What a troublesome old man. Then he pointed at Hyang's forehead. Old man, I'm afraid you might get Alzheimer's. Hyang had a look of being lost in thought. How could I not worry about you getting Alzheimer's? But I'm worried you might accidentally get caught up in something inappropriate. Old man, you're bleeding from your nose. Immediately, Funning looked at him with disdain. At this age, he still doesn't know how to hold back a little. Hey, let's go. Others are already waiting. Hyang wiped his nosebleed. Damn nostrils, not cooperating. Then they arrived at a luxurious building. The guard saluted him directly. Sir, there's no need to be so polite. Please take care of things outside. Serving the people. Funning asked if he really wasn't going to take him inside. Hyang said he preferred to be alone. Then he walked towards the portal. Because he has always been alone. Only in this way would they be safe. The dungeon is also referred to as a copy by modern people, since he sealed the demon lord not long ago. This world has been unpredictably, randomly forming dimensional mazes, whether in the last life or this life. It will always be a mysterious existence that remains. The portal is the boundary that separates reality from other worlds. And in the dungeon, the demon race and magical beasts that should have ravaged the human world are gathered. At the same time, the higher the level of the dungeon, the higher the value of the resources mined. Hyang walked into a huge stone door. It's time to fight. Then a pair of scarlet eyes suddenly opened wide. An air cannon shot towards Hyang, but he easily dodged it. It turned out to be a Rakta beast. Level, Doomweaver. Mid to high level magical beast. Skill, Fire, Breath. Seeing it reminded Hyang of a past event. In his last life, his leather coat was burned by the Rakta beast. You have to know that it was a gift from Miss Mary. This made him furious. You little punk. Let's see if I don't kill you. And this level of magical beast requires at least a 4-star awakened one to deal with. At that time, he had long surpassed 4 stars. Winning shouldn't be easy. Then the Rakta beast let out a roar. Hyang immediately covered his head. He found it too noisy, but this time, he couldn't just blow it up. He had to write a detailed lesson plan for the guild. It was a bit too much for him. He couldn't help but sigh. This really was a tough job. Then the Rakta beast extended its giant claws. Hyang felt it was not following the rules of combat. This opening was way too fast. Hyang managed to dodge, but the ground was shattered and flying debris. Hyang began to quickly record the main attack patterns. The big cat calls for help. Its movements are agile. Just need to dodge. The Rakta beast, seeing its attack miss, had its anger level rise sharply. It then swiped a claw at Hyang. The tiles were shattered to pieces. Hyang didn't expect it to use combination attacks. Another claw seamlessly struck at him. Hyang had already figured out its second characteristic. After 3 times, after calling for help, it would become frantic. It would charge directly at him. Be careful to dodge. Then it began to breathe fire. It was completely angry. Now, the next step should be the fire breath. A huge fireball was hurled at Hyang. But Hyang knew, at this moment, it was actually a good time to KO it. Because this fool, while using its skill, completely neglected what was behind. Taking advantage of the fire's cover, Hyang quickly slipped behind it. Then he posed with the hand gesture like a gun. In the next second, he executed a 1,000-year kill, right on the Rakta beast's rear. The Rakta beast didn't expect it. For the first time, it was actually taken down by an old human.